This episode is sponsored by ODP Business Solutions, built to address all your facility needs. Visit odpbusiness.com today. This is Jeff Cross. I'm with ISSA. I'm here with Phillipe Mack. We just got to Business Growth Strategies and decided to come outside where it's nice and breezy, and our camera's probably moving and your papers are moving, and
it's okay.
Our hair's going to get messed up.
Worst thing's going to happen.
Yes. Well, we're just getting to know Phillipe a little bit and talk about his company. He's a Senior VP of Corporate Development at Be Clean Building Maintenance, Toronto.
Correct.
Been there a few times. Tell us about yourself and Be Clean. Maybe talk about the logo, the B.
Well, it's a long story of a group of entrepreneurs across Canada that acquired a franchise, right? And over time, they bought out some of the other partners, and they created new geographic boundaries across Canada. They're able to grow the business. So we've maintained that concept and the brand and the logo. And I've obviously made some adjustments over time in some of the graphics, but using the Hive and concepts that we do in business when we're presenting to clients as well, but also adopting that environmental platform in our day-to-day business. So,
what kind of bee is your logo?
It's a honeybee.
A honeybee. All right. They're nice little bees.
They can be. Yes.
It's not a wasp. No. It's not a yellow jacket. All right. You've worked your way up from the front lines to the executive level. How has that impacted or shaped your leadership style? Because just meeting you a minute ago, I can tell you're pretty chill.
I can be.
Okay.
I've been in the industry for pretty much my whole life. So my family had a cleaning company that my grandfather founded in the late 20s out of Montreal that grew across Canada. So I was exposed to the business since a young child. The phone would ring at night, something was going on. Many times I joined my dad to meet with clients and just understand how that relationship and trust was built over time, and then I worked through school, primarily summer jobs, etc., in different parts of the business. So I got to meet a lot of great people that had a super influence on my life, effectively over time.
Nice.
We went through some moments. Family businesses don't always get along, so there was a liquidity event where the brothers chose to sell the business. So I had to sort of learn what that was all about, because that was a big change for me and also for other people that were going along with that journey. So that helped me to adapt my style, being more transformational, right? Being able to take our culture into a new culture, understand how do we blend the two together, and how do we move things forward as a team. I think you've got to be charismatic as a leader, hopefully, in your dealings with clients, with teams also, leading them all the way through. I see myself as being democratic, but that has to have an outcome of a relatively quick decision. So I kind of sometimes play effectively somewhere in the middle, and I really do enjoy coaching people and seeing them further their careers within the organization.
You're like a mentor.
A little bit, yeah. And I'm still doing that now, but even outside the company too.
Okay.
So.
As the modern workplace evolves, organizations must evolve as well. They need a partner that understands this new world of work. We are that partner. We are ODP Business Solutions, formerly Office Depot Business Solutions Division. More than just office supplies, ODP is a force for change, helping address technology transformation, sustainability, innovative workspace design, cleaning, break room, and more, making organizations everywhere say, oh, when they see how much more we can do. ODP Business Solutions.
Let's talk about Be Clean playing a leading role in national growth and cross-border expansion. So I assume you're in Canada, work United States as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is a successful strategy to scaling in the building service contracting industry that you would share?
Having competed against Be Clean for many, many years, and trying to understand how they were able to grow organically across a very large landscape in Canada was remarkable. Mm-hmm. I've been with them now coming up to 7 years. I understand everything is obviously underpinned through, hiring the right people at the right time for the right opportunity, which has been paramount for us, and surrounding themselves with great people, because you can't always do it all yourself. So their story was, it's now time to tap someone on the shoulder to open up a new market, because there's a client who would like us to look at an opportunity there, and we're able to grow our company. They were able to grow the business across Canada over that period of time. They never made an acquisition up until 2022.
That's
Remarkable.
unusual.
Unusual.
That's not even heard of these days.
It's some cases, yes. Some
so much
cases,
acquisition.
But and that was a concept that I articulated with them when I joined the company, that it's got to be part of your growth, your growth
Okay.
strategy, right? You're going to lose some business. You're going to grow organically. It's not a bad thing in some situations to look at an acquisition, and that's how it started in 2022 when they wanted to expand it to the United States. So that was the first deal that we did in Iowa. Since then, we've done 3 other acquisitions, so we're starting to understand that concept. Have I think a pretty not disciplined due diligence process that has helped us grow our business across the board. So,
Any in Ohio?
Iowa.
I know. Any in Ohio though?
No, not yet.
No? Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
I mean,
but,
Ohio's a good place.
is it?
Yeah.
I've never been there. Actually, I'm going there in the fall.
If you come to Columbus, let me know.
For our board retreat for
okay.
BSCAI.
You're not coming to Columbus
I have to
then.
plug that in. Yeah, we are going to Columbus.
Oh.
Chateau l'Evêque. We're not sure.
Yeah, okay.
I've never been.
Well, welcome to Ohio early, in advance.
I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so it's primarily organic, but most recently through acquisitions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting for people because it brings some new opportunities.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't know that you were past president of BSCAI. So,
A few Canadians. I think I'm the 3rd Canadian over 60 years, because we're celebrating our 60th year as an association.
good organization.
Thank you.
Good. So thinking about that and your experience there, thinking about changes in the industry, how did that experience and what you learned as president help you focus now on driving or supporting your work?
I mean, I came back into the association back in 2018 when I joined BClean, and was able to sort of work my way through different committees and understanding what was important, what strategies we were trying to develop. And then in the past year, we really want to keep things relatively simple. We developed a strategic plan that we all embraced as a board, with some actionable deliverables, really focused around 3 things. There are many sub-actions, but we want to grow our membership base, which is important, which we've been able to accomplish. We want to continue to strengthen our education offering, which I think is critical, because we effectively give back to the group. And we want to deepen the engagement with our members. So get our members, both our members and our partners, to be more committed, to be mentors, to help the young community. And we're seeing the numbers grow, and it's quite exciting. So.
Very nice. Let's talk about culture, the BClean approach to culture. Everyone talks about it. It's like a buzzword these days. But what really matters to you when it comes to company culture? And I'm going to say this: when I looked at your website, I saw it said the BClean difference. It's a good phrase. How does that work
I think
with your company?
The success of the organic growth success was built on people, right? So that is a primary pillar for us. Many of our team members left their countries, right, to come to North America somewhere, went to the U.S., came to Canada, or vice versa. They've left behind their families, and also left behind some careers, right?
I've heard many stories.
So it's a true thing. So why did they do that? Because they wanted to find a better way of life for themselves and their families, and eventually bring their families over, which is a great news story. So it's a lot about the respect that we give back to the individuals, right? That's our top priority. We got to treat them with dignity and respect, and be able to understand their situations. We had some good stories, today about some CEOs sending personal letters to the children of the employees to recognize what their parents are doing for them.
Amazing.
So that's just another great story, right? Our ownership group is very visible as leaders. They come to see the cities, they come to see the clients, and I think that's super important. And when you treat your people that way, they'll go to bat for you, right? And that'll translate typically, I think, in a better customer experience, lesser turnover. But I think, within that treating people, I think you also have to introduce the concept of how you treat your partners, right? Many members of your association are partners of ours. We cannot be successful without them.
Well
That's
said.
very, very critical. So that's kind of been our secret sauce over the past many years, and we've continued that way as well.
Very good. Let's close with this. You've seen and done a lot. So what advice would you give the next generation of emerging leaders? Because they don't want to just have a job. They want to make an impact, a meaningful impact on the industry. If you had a moment to share with them, what would you say?
I think for me, education is, like my dad said, you can work in the business. Our business is getting very complex. This is going back in the 80s, but you can't work if you don't have an education. So I think, getting through those milestones, whether it's college and then going to, high school, college, university, if you want to keep pushing it further, don't give up on that, because, align yourselves with the best teaching institutions if you can, right? Try to get a mentor or some coaching outside of your comfort level, because you got to, yearn to learn more from that experience, which I think is, because they will challenge you differently. Develop your self-awareness, which I think is super important as an individual. Always be curious and lead by example, and those are certainly good measures. Go work for a different company. Like I've as a kid, I worked in Europe with a BSC for the summers. They would send.
So how'd that happen?
Because we had an affinity with a group out of the UK.
Okay.
They wanted to learn how cleaning was done in Canada, and we wanted to learn how cleaning was done in the UK.
We can sure learn from each other.
So we learned from each other,
yeah.
Right? So they would send some people down our way, we would send some people up their way, and we were able to learn and practice. So if you can do that, it's a very open community this way. But importantly, pursue your work-life balance. I think that's super critical, I think. And get it involved with an association that is going to support your dream. So your association, BSCAI, are very complementary to what we do in the industry.
We support each other.
We support each other, so that would be it.
Well, Philip, great talking to you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And anyone that needs a good mentor, here we go.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.